Hello and welcome to the channel. My name is Christine, the money mechanic, and I help you fix your finances. On the channel today, we'll be discussing how to spoil your partner this Valentine without breaking the bank. So it's the season of love. Love is in the air. And we all know that one way to show our love to our partners is by giving, right? After all, they say love no be only for mouths. You gotta show it. So the question we'll be answering today is how can you spoil your partner in this season of love without getting into debt or without ending up broke at the end of it all? The first way, the very first way is to set goals. Yes, I know that this sounds weird, right? But yes, speaking from experience, setting goals that relates to how you'd want to, give gifts and spoil your partner, not just this Valentine, but even through the year, is something that you should do at the beginning of the year. And you know why? Because setting goals would make you more intentional about being intentional about spoiling your partner and giving them gifts and doing nice things for them because you have set a goal to do it. So yes, the first thing is to actually set goals. So when we talk about relationship goals, setting goals to actually spend on your partner, to actually do nice things for your partner, is actually a relationship goal that you should have in mind at the beginning of every year. A second tip is to start planning early. So this involves saving. Yes, saving towards, your goals in this regard, and also speaking to vendors early. So, I mean, there's nothing wrong in actually starting to plan for Valentine's in January. I mean, you already know that Valentine's is like February 14th, right? So this is something that you can say, okay, this is what I want to do for my partner this Valentine, and I should start speaking to vendors like 2 or 3 weeks before it is time. Ask like the prices of things, compare and contrast, and know what you can afford and what you'd like to do for your partner. So this enables you to plan and to work towards it so that you're not crash landing when it is time. Another tip would be to have a list of things that you'd like to do for your partner and then tick them off one by one. So for example, for me, yes, I'm not a single Pringle, by the way. But for me, what I did was, prior to now, I actually had a list of things I wanted to do for my partner this season. And so I had a list. I had that list on the notepad of my phone. And that list enabled me to plan ahead. So as I struck one thing off my list, or as I took care of one item of the list, I would tick it off. And before you know it, after a period of time, I was able to take everything off my list. Another tip to spoiling your partner this Valentine without breaking the bank would be to give thoughtful gifts. So you must first of all remember that it is the thought that really counts in a situation like this. I know that we see a lot of peer pressure, yes, on social media when it comes to giving gifts in this season. So people are like buying like iPhone 13s and 14s for their partners. People are buying like MacBook Airs. I mean, I saw a Valentine package that was being advertised on Twitter, I think 2 weeks ago, and it was valued at 3 million or so. Yes. So yes, I mean, the first thing you must remember is thoughtful gifts are what counts. Okay, so in as much as it is also good to give, the regular gifts that you see everybody give, I think that one great way to show love to your partner is actually to really think about what they need and what they have probably expressed, wanting to have, in your conversations. Give gifts that would actually be beneficial to them. The truth is, when you give thoughtful gifts, they linger a little longer with your partner, because it shows that you actually give some thought into the kind of gifts that you want to give your partner. So it goes beyond just chocolates and perfumes. Maybe what your partner actually needs is, I don't know, a new set of I don't know, skincare products. Probably what your partner may need, maybe just a mini vacay or a getaway because they've been stressed and they've been overworked or something. It could be that they need a daily planner or a journal. It could be anything, right? But just make sure that the gifts you are giving your partner are thoughtful in nature. Another tip, very important, would be don't allow anybody press your neck. Remember that I just said that I saw a Valentine package that was valued at 3 million naira, right? Don't allow anybody press your neck. Okay, so that would lead me to my final point actually, which is do what you can afford. So stay within the means of your budget, stay within the means of your finances and what you can really afford. So don't fall victim of peer pressure. So because you're seeing that another person is giving their partner a new iPhone, right? And then you think you have to do that, or they're buying their partner PS and you know you cannot afford PS. Don't go borrowing money just to impress in this season. Do what you can afford, but the thought is what matters, right? Also, don't be haphazard in giving gifts, okay? So don't just buy just anything, right? That is low quality and you know that it's just anything. No, give quality to your partner, but make sure that you're not doing that under any pressure. You're doing what you can afford. And I bet you that your partner would understand and would know that really you were thoughtful about these gifts that you give. So finally, to end this video, I just wanted to just drop a side note. I know that in a season like this, most times we the ladies are the ones on the receiving end, on the expecting end. We expect to receive, right? But my challenge to you this year is spoil your man, right? Because men deserve enjoyment too. So if you have a man in your life, and I'm not also saying men should not spoil their women this year. It should be a two-way thing, right? But I'm just, speaking directly to the ladies that, spoil your man, okay? Spoil your man. I mean, whatever you can do, no matter how little it is, do something nice for your man. And finally, I've always been a believer in the fact that love should not just be shown to your partner only on Valentine's Day. You should show love to your partner round the clock, every day of the year, right? So don't just plan to show them love this Valentine, right? After Valentine, what are your plans to spoil your man, to spoil your woman, to do something thoughtful and nice for them, through the year? I think that this is something that you should think carefully about, and don't restrict your show of love alone to Valentine's Day. So this brings us to the end of today's video, but before I go, please click on the subscribe button. If you enjoyed today's video and you found it helpful, click on the subscribe button and also share this video as well with your family and your friends. And yes, coming from me, it is Happy Lovers Day to all lovers out there, and I am sending you lots of love, especially in this season. Lots of light and a sprinkle of money in between. Cheers, and thank you for watching.